Yes, good afternoon again. Today I want us to cover Mbakondja Tjahikika's story. We all know that Mbakondja Tjahikika was signed by South African team Galatan Marumo. He's back in the country. So, what transpired? What actually happened to the deal? Why is the player not registered? Why is he back at home? And what is it? So, um, to give you background information, Mbakondja Tjahikika was signed by the goal, I would say, coach that is now at Orlando Pirates. He that signed Mbakondja Tjahikika. That's the coach that signed Mbakondja Tjahikika. But after signing Mbakondja Tjahikika, coach, by then he was still at Galatans, but then he left for Bucks, Pirates. So then what happens to the player? The player was now left in the limbo, or he was left without without direction then, because the coach that had just signed him had left the club. That is Wado. After signing him, he left the club. The player was left in with no direction, or let me say he had in a new team, and the team find themselves with a new coach. The player signed by a coach, the coach leaves for another team, and the player now is left without settling, without paperwork done, without him being slotted in like to start feeling at home, because the coach had left, and because it's obviously the coach that signs players, or it's the coach that signed him, but then he left the club to join a new club. So when the new coach came in, what actually happened? The new coach came in, and you obviously know, we all know that that coaches prefer, they have their players, they have their preferences, who should play in the team, and how many games that play. So when the new coach came, there is speculations that he have a player from abroad that he wants to bring in the club to use the slot for Mbakondja Tjahikika, to slot in that in the space of Mbakondja Tjahikika. So what then? So Mbakondja Tjahikika had to leave the club, or had to, like, being left out with no direction, left out with not yet settled. Then the coach left him without doing paperwork, without getting his paperwork done, his work permit done, and so he could not sign. He could not sign as he had left without papers. The paperwork had been done, but he could not be added to the e-connect of Marumo Galadans, because his paperwork were not done, which is the work permit, the list continues of what a foreign player need for them to be signed in on for the new team. So as we speak now, the player is back in the country. He's back with his former parent club, which is African Stars. He's training with the club, but then we don't know what is the word. I will not say it here. I actually know, but if he will remain with Stars, that's a plus. We know already that African Stars have signed a lot of players. They really signed a lot of players. So if he will settle at Stars, if he will remain at Stars, that's good. If he will go to a new team, I will say also that will be a plus. Rather, let me say, if he will succeed with his paperwork as Marumo Galata, also that will be really, really good to see. As he will gain international experience, premiership experience in South Africa, that will be really good to see a player of his caliber to work his way in the South African premiership. That's really a difficult league, but if you find yourself there and you are a good player, actually you will succeed. But if he doesn't succeed to sign for Marumo or to complete his paperwork with Marumo, he's still welcome at African Stars. He can still make it in the squad. He will still play CAF football with African Stars. African Stars will be departing on the 12th, going to South Africa for their encounters versus the CAF, primarily round fixtures versus Vipers from Uganda. And Ugandan team have really been preparing themselves. African Stars as well, they have just prepared themselves now with the just now concluded four-club preseason tournament, which was won by the team champions Petro Atletico de Luanda. They were the champions of that competition here in Windhoek, Namibia Independence Stadium. African Stars were defeated by AS Manyema. They were defeated by the first game. They were defeated by Atletico de Luanda with 1-0. Defeated again by AS Manyema with 1-0 again, and Atletico de Luanda, Petro won that competition in the finals against Lioli from Lesotho. So good to see. It was a good competition to see. And I just want to go for a quick commercial break there. Yes, thank you for being there. Thank you for us. And one thing that I would say, comment what story do you want us to cover for you. We will be bringing those stories live to you real time, just to attend on whatever. And let us also not forget that the game between African Stars, which was scheduled for cancelled due to funds, I've already covered that. There's a live video on Sir J.K.M Sports, so go and watch the video, details of why the game was cancelled. If you want us to cover any story that you know about or that you don't have information about and you want us to cover it live, we will do research and bring it live to you here on the World of Absolute Football. Sir J.K. Mbaha, and I'll say